Oh shit. I am. Yo. Yo, you a wild boy. Shit, it's all good over here, man. I'm just chilling, getting through pandemic life. A little cup of this Tullamore Dew whiskey, being fancy tonight. Uh yeah. Living good, man. Living good. Living good.
No doubt. I just realized nobody heard my whole entire entrance because my mic wasn't on. So today is just one of those days, man. How you?
I mean, sometimes it be like that, bro. Like
It just be
a
like
lot of
that.
time, sometimes you just gotta kind of like you just gotta get through. You know what I mean? You gotta fuck up, and you just gotta get through shit, man. It is what it is.
It's escape life for Yo, Rick, what's good? So I see you got the Tullamore Dew, but I couldn't keep it funky today. I got some Captain Morgan's in a plastic bottle, and
That sounds pretty fucking
Tampico.
funky to me. Like,
It is absolutely the only chaser I had at all. So yo, cheers, bro.
yes, sir. To the block.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the first thing. One of the most hilarious things. We didn't touch on it last week. We kind of
Oh,
just missed
Jesus.
right over it. And yo,
We gonna get right into it?
might as well just jump right into it.
All right, fuck it.
Will Jada and August Alsina in their entanglement.
No, Becky, we are not ignoring you. I promise you.
Hey, Becky.
We see you.
How
We
you
love
doing?
you. Thank
LWC in the house.
you.
So,
um,
from your point of view, what's going on from Joe?
what's going on? And oh man, I wish. Listen, I've been drinking all day. It is what it is. I'm fucking sauced. I cannot hold back my feelings. August Alsina is a fucking bitch for this. Like 110%. There's no way to fucking call it any other way. You were in a situation where you was fucked up in the game. Like you had whatever issues that you was going through, you know, personal, mental, whatever. Like people go through shit. And the Smith family took you in. These were people who were trying to see you do better, see you be a better person, see you reach your full potential. And what did you do? What did you fucking do? Soon as a motherfucking couple take a break, nah, they ain't take a break. Out of Jada's mouth, she was like, nah, it was a wrap. Like I thought the relationship was over. So I'm not putting that on anybody. I'm not putting that on nobody. It's not like she cheated or no shit like that. But like she thought the relationship was a wrap. So she was broken. August is broken. Two broken people find themselves falling together trying to fix themselves. Come on, who don't know that story? But what's fucked up is you wait 4.5 years before you want to say something about it. Even you didn't need to say shit at all.
There's that.
So you know what? To me, that's some sucker shit. That's some absolute sucker shit. And he should have kept his fucking mouth closed. I know he was hurt. I know that he thought this was gonna be something bigger than what it was. But just because it didn't turn out the way that you wanted, doesn't mean that you need to put people on fucking Front Street like that. Like that's some real sucker shit, man. That was unnecessary.
Now, I understand August Alsina was hurt by everything that went down. I get that. People get hurt. What he needs to do is what every other grown man has to do. Bury that shit deep and never think about it or mention it ever again. Bury it deep.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That was some corny shit. He was defending the whole situation like everybody was calling him a liar. It's not that nobody believed you. Everybody knew that Will and Jada don't get down like everybody else get down. And I'm kind of glad for the fact that a lot of people are kind of accepted of it. They're just like, hey, they're different. They do whatever makes them happy. And come find out, you know, through closed doors and everything, not everything is 100%, you know, kosher all the time. And they had this go through. Why did August Alsina feel the need to have to bring this up and expose this to the whole world? The fact of the matter is, no one really gave that much of a shit. I mean, everybody was kind of glad to hear everybody else's shit get the dirty laundry get hung out. But what did you accomplish? Because I tell you what, nobody's listening to that fucking album. You listened to the August Alsina album that just dropped?
Bro, I cannot name you a single August Alsina song. And it's not that I haven't listened to him. I've heard his songs, but bro, I can't tell you a single one.
That first song was hard.
What song?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was hard.
Exactly.
I remember I remember that song going hard in 2014, whatever it is.
Nigga, that shit could have been 89. Who fucking knows? Like, who cares? Like, bro, I've said this to I've had this conversation with so many people. Bro, your music career isn't doing what you want it to. Not to say that he's not successful, not to say that he doesn't have fans and he's not doing numbers, but it's not doing what he wants it to do. So he thinks he should be doing bigger numbers, and he's like, yo, this is how I do it. Because, and now let me let the world in on something. What we dealing with here is somebody taking advantage of another situation outside of music. What was happening was, and I am so sorry to bring this to you all. I don't even want to do this, but in the beauty community, there's this guy named Shane Dawson. Don't Google him.
Since we're talking about trash,
we absolutely are. Like, we're talking about complete garbage human beings here. There's this guy named Shane Dawson, and he was doing a lot of questionable shit in his past. One of which was he was simulating masturbating to a image of Willow Smith when she was 11, when she did the I whip my hair back and forth. By the way, that song was hard as fuck. I like that shit. I call it a guilty pleasure. That shit was hard. But right, that he was see, Becky no. Anyway, no, Rook, don't Google him. I just said don't Google him. Anyway.
That nigga don't listen.
He don't. But anyway, so this guy is a piece of shit. So that shit blew up first. So the Smith family was dragged into that. And then August was like, oh, they talking about the Smith family? Oh, let me get up in this real quick. Let me get my name up in the mix real quick. Let me get this cross promotion real quick on some sucker shit.
And
He's
that's
a fucking
facts.
Sucker.
You're calling it for exactly what it is. He got this new album coming out. He need to get his buzz up. It's a shameless promotional plug.
Bullshit.
Now, let me ask you a question.
What up?
Whisper said that they were separated.
They
were both seeing other people.
Right.
And we're pretty sure Will and Margot Robbie. I don't know. I like to hope. But
I mean, I feel like he blew her back out. It's cool. It is what it is.
Okay. Do you think it's all right for, in your opinion, because, it's somebody else's marriage, is it okay for Will to accept Jada back? Or is Will being a sucker at this point?
No, he's absolutely not. He's absolutely not. What happened at that red table is what adults do. They sit there, they talk shit out, they have real conversations with each other. And like Will called her out. Like she tried to say like, oh, things are blah, blah, blah. No. What happened? Will wasn't trying to sit there for the bullshit. Like Will was on some shit like, nah, but what happened? What Will wanted to hear is, I fucked that nigga. That's what Will wanted to hear, and she never said it.
But he had to know already.
He already knew, but he wanted, and this is the thing. The two of them understand that a lot of people look up to their relationship. A lot of people look up to what they do, and I feel like they came to the red table to show people how you can get through things, how you need to talk things through. And
do you feel like that red table talk was more effective than, say, at Jay-Z and Beyonce never addressing the issue ever? Like the elevator incident.
No, but Jay and Beyonce definitely addressed it. Right? Are you
not
serious? Did you hear the 444?
It wasn't until years later.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm not talking about when they addressed it. I'm just saying that they did. I mean, Lemonade and 444, like they both said what they needed to say. If you was listening, they said what, and they did it right. They made money off that shit.
No, but Rook is right. they never fully address it. Yo, we was in this elevator. Beyonce looked over my shoulder, saw that I was texting Rihanna, and her sister heard and just started flashing on me. We don't really know the whole story. It was just an incident. They kind of joked about it on the album, but they never really got into it. We still don't really know 100% what happened in that elevator. The only way we're going to know what happened in that elevator is if August Alsina was in it, because that motherfucker talks too much.
No. The only way we're going to know what happened in that elevator is if Solange drop another album. That's how we'll know. Because she'll keep it a buck. She don't give a fuck.
I hear her albums aren't even that bad. So,
yo, Solange be dropping some fucking music, bro. Like, mainstream ain't up on it, but she be doing her thing.
These are facts. Let's go ahead and move on to second headline. The second headline is going to be Florida Costco guy loses his job. Now, a lot of people seen it. There's a guy, he's approached by an old lady and a man about not wearing his mask. And then he flashes at them, "Oh, I'm feeling threatened." And he screams and he approaches them threateningly. Now, he just lost his job. He did a piece and he said that, like, oh, this is people canceling people too soon. They don't have the full context. And he tried to explain it away. Now, you've read the explanation. Do you think that this is a case of too many people just jumping the gun at one time without having all of the details necessary to make an informed decision? Or did he get what he deserved?
No.
Because white people are getting canceled left and right, and not all of them are Hitler, so...
Like, is that the benchmark? Like, you gotta be Hitler to get canceled?
That is not the benchmark.
I mean, as far as they're concerned, I feel like it is, because we got a woman in Target. Listen to me, please. There's a woman in Target with a $40,000 watch on, and she flipping shit because she don't want to wear a mask.
See, and the problem I have with that is there's not enough people out there with that I'm down to lose my job energy. Because let me tell you something. I'll fuck somebody up real quick. There's not enough. I mean, at what point do you tackle her and restrain her until the police come?
Hey, listen. Let me tell y'all a story real quick. Fuck it. Let's get into story time. You talk about willing to lose your job. I was at GameStop, right? Because fuck that company. That shit is going down. And
they're never going down. They charge you.
Yes, they
give you $2 for a game that was $50 2 days ago.
They're going down. GameStop is a wrap. And I don't want it to, because I know people that work there, some good people that work there, and I don't want it to go down because I don't want them to lose their jobs, but that company is garbage. Anyway, so I was working there. And I mean, like, it's like it was written. It's like it was scripted. This guy stood in front of me and he said, blah, 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 stop acting like a monkey. And I'm just like, I cocked my head to the side and I was like, I'm gonna let the silence speak for itself. I'm gonna let you figure out what you did wrong here. And of course, the first thing out of his mouth is, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I'm not racist. My wife is black.
There we go.
And I'm just like,
there we go.
Oh man, my dude Ernesto, I love him to death. He had to put me on timeout. Now at the time, I was his superior. I was the assistant manager. He had to tell me, yo, go in the back. And I'm like, no. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him. And he told me, yo, go sit in the back. Because he knew if I came around that counter, not only was I going to lose my job, but I was probably going to jail. And this is the situation that a lot of people are put in. You have to decide whether your bullshit ass retail job is worth fucking up whatever person is doing something stupid today. And I cannot explain to you, as a person who has lived through that situation, I can't explain to you how fucking hard that situation is. You are willing to throw your entire life away to fuck this one person up. But I promise you, if I would have hit him, he would have never made that mistake again. So I don't know. Might have been worth it.
I feel like this is a good time to remind anybody else watching. Malik has that energy. He'll fuck up other podcasters. Just so you know.
Oh,
off top. Hold up.
Oh yeah. You gonna hook off on niggas?
Talking
Okay.
to you. I'm not gonna go off, but in case they're out there, I will fuck you up. So
listen, and I'll say this shit from my experience. He's bigger than he looks. Don't take that shit for granted. Like
no, I kid. I'm too old to be fucking around and shit. But
are you?
Yeah. The thing is, the second you hop over that counter and punch somebody in the face, guess what? You lose. Yeah,
right.
It's going to be popping on Twitter and Facebook, and somebody will make a GoFundMe, and maybe somebody else will hire you, but is it worth it?
Your life is fucked up.
Exactly. Is it worth it to keep that stereotype of aggressive, angry black people going? The second you do that, the second you succumb to your own, emotions and rage, you lose.
Yeah, exactly.
You lose. They win automatically. I mean, they might be eating out of a tube for a week or two, but ultimately they got to you. And
which is super satisfying, by the way.
It is. And trust me, once I learned how to control my vocabulary better and have these kind of arguments and kind of take whatever the person is saying and put it back to them and do it in a way where you're not putting them down and do it in a way that's undeniable, that's how you win. The problem that a lot of people are having, and I'm not trying to get all too political right now, but with the right wing is, the problem people have with Trump supporters and these really extreme conservatives, not all of them, I'm not going to pay everybody with, is that no matter how much evidence you present with verified sources, no matter what, no matter how much new evidence is presented, their minds will never change.
Right.
And that's the bigger issue. So back to this Costco guy. He won. I mean, I'm totally fine with people losing their jobs over shit. But for this one, screaming on somebody in a Costco, was it necessary for him to lose his job? I mean, I think that I'm always 2.5 seconds from screaming on somebody every time I go to Walmart. And it's always that battle of how long. It's like a timer. I only have a certain amount of time to be in Walmart before I have to go off. So, I always get my shit and get out.
That's where you fucked up. You shouldn't have been in Walmart. That's where you fucked up.
Now,
so there you go.
Nobody knows this guy's political standings. Nobody knows if he's like some huge Trump fan or if he's a racist or anything like that. But it just looks like he spazzed on somebody in Costco. And are we going too hard?
Honestly, I don't think so. I feel like what we're dealing with right now, we are dealing with a situation that is not just no one is infringing upon people's freedoms. No one is infringing upon people's ideals, whatever. This is about literally life or death. Okay? And you, as an individual, you might feel fine. That's cool. That's great. I'm happy for you. You might go out 100 times and be like, the fuck, nothing's affecting me. But you don't know whether or not you're asymptomatic. You don't know if you go see your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, whatever. You don't know if you're passing this shit on. And this is the problem. And it's not just a problem of now. What we're seeing is a problem of American society. What we're seeing is a bunch of people being told that they were fucking special. A bunch of people told that, individuality is you're the best, you're unique, you're this, you're that. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing the ramifications of that. And if you look at other countries, when their government tells them, hey, don't do this, those people are like, all right, cool, no doubt, I got you.
Exactly, because it's supposed to save lives. I mean, hell hath no fury like a white person mildly inconvenienced. And
oh shit! There it is. There it is. Yes, Jesus, Joseph and Mary. Yes.
It's just like, dude, 3 million people are sick. We have the highest rates going. Especially, and this was in Georgia. I live in Georgia, where we have an idiot governor who opened up too early. Same thing with Texas. Same thing with Florida. I got an idea, and this is going to solve a whole lot of problems. Wear a fucking mask and shut the fuck up. Let's just do that.
Done. Now, so simple.
I would like to transfer that into the to the next story, and this is my favorite one because I've seen one of my favorite sayings that I forgot, and one of my favorite sayings, and this came out a whole bunch when I read the story, is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This is going to be the story of Richard Rose. Now, this story has been going along social media, and it just goes waiting to the end. So you open it up, and he goes, "Oh, I made it this far by not falling into the hype." Click.
Right.
And then it's just like, "Oh, these masks are stupid. The government is tricking us." Swipe. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm not really feeling well. Swipe. Oh man, I got COVID. It's hard to breathe. Swipe. And then it's obituary.
Dead.
Now.
Dead.
And even more so is people started making more of these of other people that this is happening to. Now, I don't want to sit here and make fun of nor celebrate somebody dying or losing their life. But like I said, my favorite saying is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. We all know it's out there. We all know people is getting sick. And why are you rallying against the mask? We want to shut the fuck up. Richard Rose, how does this story make you feel?
Okay, so you said that you don't want to celebrate somebody dying.
I don't want to. Like, I don't want to have to mow the lawn this morning.
I want you to stay on the good side of this, because I am about to go all the way on the other side of it. Oh man, did I laugh? Oh fuck, did I laugh?
Oh, we're gonna.
I laughed so fucking hard when I saw the story. I laughed out loud. I laughed heartily. I mean, like it was like a Santa laugh, like like when the belly shakes. Like it was one of those. I loved it. I fucking loved it, because there's not a lot of times in life where you get to see somebody actually get their karma. There are so few moments in life. Imagine when you fucking drive down 95 and you see somebody speed past you and they whipping through fucking cars, and it's just like, oh, he's doing like $110 on fucking 95. Like, that's crazy. How often do you see him pulled over by the cops? You don't see it. It might happen, but you don't get to see it. How often do you fucking see somebody go into the fucking auto checkout lane and they got fucking 50 items, these pieces of shit that just take up all of your time, and you never get to see what happens to these people. You never get to see their grocery bags break, or them fucking going home with sour milk or something like that. You don't get to see it. But this we got to see. We got to share as a country. We got to enjoy the insta karma that happened to this dumb fuck who listened to his president and think that this was bullshit. Oh my God, I laughed so heartily, and I wish I had a drink in my hand when it fucking happened. Fuck him and fuck everyone else who thinks like him. I hope you die. Please do not breed. My God, I don't want your kids to fuck up the gene pool.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
No, it's okay. Feel free to take a breath. 1, 2.
I'm good. Okay.
Cheers. Let's have a drink to that. And 3. As fucked up as the situation is, do you think anybody is going to learn something from what happened?
That's my favorite part of this. No. Anyone who saw that, if you already thought that this was a problem, this meant nothing to you. He was just an idiot. If you thought that it's bullshit and you listen to the president, it's not going to change your mind. Let me tell you about a story where a motherfucker thought to himself, he said, I don't believe in this virus. My wife doesn't believe in this virus. Him and his wife got COVID. God will take care of both of us. We will be fine. His wife died. He lived. Fat fuck that he is. He lived. And what did he say? He said, it is God's will. That is, you cannot get these people to understand the other side, because they live on something that's non-logical. They live on something that cannot be explained, that cannot be challenged. And I have grown up with people who are religious, who are spiritual, who are willing to listen to reason. These people ain't that. These people are not trying to understand how reality works. They see things the way they see things, and that is it. So fuck them, please. For the love of God, let more of them die, because I don't want these people to have children and to fuck up the future, because stupid people have the most kids. So by all means, die. Yeah, there we are.
All right.
You can't fix stupid. You absolutely motherfucking right, Becky. God damn it.
Well, I'll just cap that off with saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Stupid prizes. There you go. God damn it. Hold up. I'm gonna go ahead and put in an order for more alcohol. Go ahead. You continue.
What do you mean put in an order for more alcohol?
Hey, listen, chill out. It's fine.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about how I live my life.
You trying to tell me you got a Postmates for booze?
I need you to chill, okay?
No, I need you to put me on.
I need you to listen. You can't do what I do, okay? You can't do what I do.
What? Download an app on an iPhone? I'm pretty sure I can.
No. There's no app that's gonna let you do this.
Fine, whatever. You know what? I have a girlfriend. She'll do it for me. Hey, Mom.
Wait.
Go to the store.
Maybe you can do what I do.
Give me another bottle of Captain Morgan.
Okay, see? There you go. You see?
Okay.
He knows the fucking secret. He just didn't think he did.
Can we negotiate this?
Oh shit.
Okay. And she politely told me to go fuck myself, but
see? So okay, we gonna see. Okay, I see it was delivered and it was red. So we gonna see if I get this. Hold up.
All right. So
I'm looking. It's fine. It's good. What's
moving
next?
on? Let's go ahead and get into our album of the week. Now, luckily for all you people listening, it was my week to choose.
Yo, so you're not gonna keep fucking playing me like this.
So you know it's gonna be a good
yourself.
Week. I mean,
this nigga.
Oh, speaking of which, the artist that we covered last week hit me up on Instagram.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
I told her to do that. Yeah. I was really, like, cool. Instagram.
She was asking for permission to use some of the video clips. Very, very cool. I like the fact that, she didn't take anything that I was saying too personally, and it was just an honest critique. And she's real dope. So big shout out to Tash Caesar and her latest project, 13th. It's a great listen. Go ahead, check it out.
Yo, my homie. Yeah.
So the album that I picked for this week is going to be Songs for You by R&B artist Tinashe.
Yes.
Now, everybody heard that Tinashe song she did with 2 Chainz called 2-1. It was a bop. It was cool. It was mad long ago. She put out about 3 albums before, and she's actually not bad at all. And I'm going to get into why I have to say that. First off, what did you think of the video that I sent you? Because I sent you a video for her song Company. Were you a fan of the song? Probably the whole thing.
I mean, the song was cool.
The song was cool.
I enjoyed it. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you and I love you so much.
Oh,
see that? That was an empty cup and now it's not. I did enjoy the track itself, but I enjoyed the video so much more.
Very,
Jesus, Joseph
very
and
good
Mary.
dancer, and not like one of those TikTok dancers who just
no. Listen, I'm okay. So I'm big into K-pop, right? And K-pop lives on the music videos, right? That's usually how they get the global appeal. When I watched this video, that's what I felt. And oh Jesus, Joseph and Mary, like I loved it. It was, oh my God. It was great. It was great.
It was great. Great choreography, great setting, great song. It was that song that made me say, "Oh wow, yo, who is this?" So it just so happens when I peeped that she had a new project coming out. So at first she was signed to RCA Records, and then they had to split because apparently they was meddling with her music too much. And here goes another thing: as famous as she is, all the records she sold, all of the tour dates that she does. A lot of people, she doesn't connect very well with other females. And I've actually asked people about this. I'm just like, yo, so what is up with Tinashe? Oh, she's just not it. Oh, I don't like her. Da 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 da. But nobody has a real answer for why.
That sound like Carrie Hilson to me.
Very, very similar. Very, very similar. Some people just don't like her. So she split with RCA in 2019, signed with Rock Nation Management. She released her album on November 21st under her own label. It topped iTunes the first day it came out, and in the U.S. and a couple other countries. Never really charted on Billboard, which some political people pointed out that the album just, she never had a number one. So, the album, Songs for You. You don't really know much about her outside of the company video. How did you feel about the album?
Okay, so hold on, let me go to my Spotify. So first couple tracks, I want to say like they felt. Why is this cat here? Okay, whatever, it's fine. The first couple tracks I felt were very typical. I felt like the instrumentation was very mainstream. I felt like her flow was very mainstream. I felt like these were songs that she was doing to appeal to what is happening now. And that's fine. I guess do what you feel. But to me, I tuned most of that shit out.
Hold on a second. Because in the top 3, I think track 3 was a song called Hopscotch.
It was.
Come on, that wasn't a bop?
No, it wasn't. What was different about that compared to whatever? What was, I don't
know what you're doing.
That's what everyone does. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing what everyone does, and that's what she was doing. Except I don't have the fucking 808 behind me. That's the only difference. Like, it wasn't special. There was nothing special there. Okay, so let me continue. So when I got to Save Room for Us, I heard something different, and I was like, oh, okay, and this is let me go back and correct myself. This is not to say that she doesn't have vocal talent. This is not to say that she can't sing. I like her voice. I would like to hear her voice with less auto-tune. If the producers would cut that shit the fuck out, that'd be great. I would like to hear her less drowned out on the instrumentals. I want to hear her voice. That's what I'm here for. She is the artist. I came here for the artist, and I'm not getting it. I'm getting this mainstream cookie cutter shit, and I don't want it. So starting with Save Room for Us, Story of Us, Die a Little Bit, those 3 tracks is where I started to feel who she really is. And then we kind of fell back into what the mainstream is. And I was like, wait, hold on. Bring it back. No, you were doing so well. And
but then it seems like you're punishing her because she has a couple of pop hits. And mind you, I love
I'm
those
not.
pop hits.
I'm not.
Because in the
I'm not
first
doing
three, you got Hopscotch, and in that last three, you got Cash Race and Link Up. And those are the, heavy 808s, the ones that you hear in the club.
That's not I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not blaming her for that. That's fine. I understand that some artists think they need to play to the mainstream, but what I did personally, I listened to the album with someone who doesn't normally listen to this type of music. We listened to half the album, and then I put on Elle Varner. Immediately sounded different. I put on Alicia Keys. Immediately sounded different. Like, it's not difficult to sound different and still get across to the fans. And I feel like, I feel like if more of the album was like those, Save Room for Us, Story of Us, Die a Little Bit, and Perfect Chime, if more of her album was like that, I feel like she could have found a niche for herself. But I feel like this album just made her look like someone who's going for the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? She could have been a Jhené Aiko. But
who wants to be her these days?
What do you mean who wants to be her these days? A lot of these chicks want to be her these days because she's getting sales, but she's under the radar enough that she's not catching all of the bullshit that comes with social media.
Yeah, but Tinashe isn't under the radar. I mean, her last boyfriend was Ben Simmons. I'm surprised you're going this route, with the album. I thought you would have felt very different. What do you think about the album overall? If you had to give it a rating.
Overall, like, it's, if you fuck with today's mainstream music, you'll fuck with this album. If you're like me, this album is background music. And that's not to say something negative, but I mean, because there's a lot of very forgettable music that I don't even bother to put on in the background. This is good background music. If I go to chill, no, and I know that sounds fucked up. There's no way to make that sound good. I know, but like, if I go to chill with my homies and shit like that, and I want to put on something that no one's going to say anything about, I would put this album on. Because I can put this on in the background and, like, we could chill, we can drink, we can have conversations, and no one is going to say anything about this album. So, I mean, you could take that how you want to, but, well, I mean, this shit ain't moved me. I'll say that.
I am completely in the opposite direction. I thought this album was phenomenal. This is an artist who has been forced to make this nothing but R&B, hip-hop, pop music designed for the top 40, and this is her chance of getting to break away. She broke up with a whole label, and this is her first full-length project of. And it's funny because the ones you dislike the most were made by Hitmaker. That's going to be Cash Race, and that's going to be Hopscotch, which are, to me, are bangers. Both of those are bangers, but both of those are from.
You like today's music?
I don't hate all of it. I can't just hate every new album that comes out. So those are the bangers, and I found it enjoyable
don't
as bangers. Just Save Room for Us. That is one of my favorite songs.
Thank you.
One of my favorite songs. I play it over and over all again. If there's a shining star in this album, it's Just Save Room for Us. And she released 2 videos for him. The first video was shot in Japan. So make sure you check that out. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Touching your headband. So,
my soul. Yes. Okay, I will watch the fuck out of that. I'll give her all the fucking spins on that shit.
Yes, right in Tokyo at night too, so it's nice and bright. But the thing is, you're just like, she has these songs, and it sounds like she's making something for the mainstream. I don't consider that her going mainstream. What I consider that as being balance. She has the ballads. She has the straight up R&B joint. She got the song with Black, and she got another song with G-Eazy, which would be an amazing song if it wasn't for G-Eazy. I don't like to be a hater, but if G-Eazy's on something, I automatically hate it and respect it less. I don't know why, because it seems like such a fucking spaz to me. You know?
I mean,
yeah, I hate to paint him with such a broad brush, but I thought this was a very well balanced project. Touch and Go with Black was dope. Link Up was dope. Something for the Ladies. Perfect Crime. The last 3 tracks of the album I didn't really love, even though So Much Better, the one with G-Eazy, like I said, would be great if it wasn't for him. But besides that, the first 3 set a great mood. I mean, you got the ballad, you got the solid R&B joint, and then you got the pop joint. And it kind of went in cycles like that. And that's what made me feel like it was really, really balanced. So despite whatever you're thinking right now, I'm going to give this joint a solid 2 thumbs up. Suggest you listen to it if you like some R&B. That's not exactly the same stuff you're hearing now, despite whatever Ace says.
See, I don't know. I mean, I would still give this a recommendation, but I would give this a recommendation if you are into today's mainstream sound and you want to hear something that's slightly different. You want to hear something
mainstream because she got 3 songs with an 808.
What do you mean? It's not just 3 songs. You can't. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to sit there and pretend like it's just 3 tracks.
Save Room for Us sounds like everything else that's out there. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to fight you with that one. It's very much a dance song.
No. Wait. Save Room. That was one of the songs I said. That was one of the songs I was talking about.
And it's a great song.
Exactly, it is. And that's one of the few songs that's not that shit. And that's why I like it. All the other songs that are that shit, that's the...
I don't know what melody you're doing. Whatever it is, it's terrible. Whatever melody.
Yes, it is terrible. You're absolutely right. It's fucking terrible, and that's why I don't like that shit.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say re-listen to it again, and we'll revisit this. Cause I think you may have just gotten it all wrong.
You know what? This will be the one album we're gonna do this. We're gonna revisit this like maybe a month from now. We'll come back to this album and we'll see what I think about it then.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's cap it off with a movie. And now I know I love how to say that, you know, I'm always great with picking everything, but this week is going to be Ad Astra starring Brad Pitt. You got Donald Sutherland also in it. Now, this movie is a epic space movie where Brad Pitt has to go to Mars to get a message to his dad all the way out by Neptune, and this is his journey of such. So, this movie has gotten some solid reviews. It was kind of mixed. It didn't do great in the box office. It made about $155 million on a budget of $150.
How did it? Okay, it's fine. Continue.
So, what did you think about the movie? I mean, this movie has gotten some great reviews. It's gotten canned some places. Just a overall feeling of how did you feel about this movie? Is my streak over?
Your streak is fucking washed, nigga. What? Bruh, I fell asleep twice during this fucking movie.
I fell asleep during the movie.
Nigga, the shit was trash. Wait, hold up. Okay, wait. I don't want to just say that and not have reasons. Okay, all right. This shit was... I can't. Jesus. This shit was boring as fuck, bro.
It was slowly paced. But there was a shootout on the moon. There's a shootout on the moon, nigga.
It was slowly paced. It was a slow burn to a dud. That's what it was. It was like holding a firecracker, like a M80 in your fucking hand, and you're watching the fuse burn, and it gets to the end, and that shit doesn't blow up in your face. That's what this movie was. How do you have Brad Pitt and Tommy Lee Jones and you still make a motherfucker fall asleep during the shit. I'm so, bro, your streak. If I was to give you a streak, because I don't give you that streak. All your movies have not been good. I have had some good movies. Fuck you. Whatever. This shit right here, dog. This shit was a motherfucking miss. This shit ain't it, bro. And it's not. There's an initial issue when you do a space movie, because from a foundational standpoint, it's why are you in space? You always have to answer that question, because Earth has a lot of unexplored territory, a lot of it within the sea. There are not a lot of movies that show us exploring the sea. It's always going to space. So if you have a space movie, you have to explain, why am I here? Please explain to me.
Want me to explain why he was in space?
Please, for the love of God. No, not him. Tell me why his dad was in space, because that's why he went to space, and it was all bullshit.
Well, the main thing is the father was just looking for life on other planets. He was obsessed with the unknown. He was obsessed with the things he couldn't see. Of course, this is all revealed in the third act, but I do feel you on some parts with the movie.
He tried to low-key shade me. He was like, this was revealed in the third act. The third act was boring as fuck too. If you have listened to this show at all, you know we spoil the fuck out of everything.
Oh yeah, so, spoiler alert.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna try. Spoiler alert. Okay, cool. So in this third act that you talk about, his dad dies after being out in space for a ridiculous amount of time, and he discovered fuck all. His son discovered fuck all. It was a waste of goddamn time, and if they had gone into the sea, I promise you they would have learned more. Whatever. It was
subversion. The thing about it is, I don't think any of us really knew what to expect when it came to the movie. None of us expected it to be a movie
garbage. No, we didn't.
Ambition and abandonment, and really just a guy with daddy issues, which really is what the movie boiled down to. The biggest quote in the third act was, he said, he could only see what was not there and miss what was right in front of him, which is really, really cool. The thing about it is, this is a epic space opera, and when it's all said and done, it's boiled down to, I got daddy issues.
Is it an epic space opera? No, the fuck it's not. Guardians of the Galaxy is an epic space opera. This is an epic space sonata? Maybe? Like I would say foxtrot? I don't know.
Listen, man, this movie isn't all doom and gloom. There are many things to enjoy. One.
There are? Where?
Okay, I'm about to get to it.
Please. Okay.
You're going to hate this. But Brad Pitt's acting of not acting.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. All right. Time out. Let me get into it. His character is always has a calm heart pace. Never gets too excited. Doesn't show a whole bunch of emotion. Now, for somebody like Brad Pitt, that really can't be easy to keep your performance that muted and have to show emotion and act, knowing you can't go to the extremes that you're used to going when you have a traditional movie role. So that's one. I give him that. Go on.
After Earth.
Yeah, I never seen that.
Oh, okay. So we can't even have this discussion about how Will Smith, for once, didn't play himself, and everybody gave him shit for it. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. No, sorry. Continue. You go ahead and spin your tale about how this is good, and it's not.
No, I'm not saying it was good. I'm not saying I don't think it's nearly as bad as you're saying, but there are some good things to take away from it. One, Brad Pitt's performance, his muted performance of a anguish, repressed man that has all of this anger in him and his body just can't let it out. That's one. Two, and this is the biggest thing. The movie is visually stunning. It is give you that. It is a great movie to look at. The color palettes, the blue on the black, the yellow palettes, the red palettes, the color, and the movie, it looks good. It looks great. And it reminds me of other big space movies, something like Gravity or Space Odyssey 2001, like with these big one color palettes or two color palettes. So I really, really enjoyed that.
I can see that. Yeah. I'll give you that.
The thing about it is those two things are great. And for a lot of movies, those two things can carry a movie. Not so much the case
this
with
one.
This
it doesn't.
One. It doesn't. Not at all. The ape thing really pissed me off. We didn't need that. This is what we had to do for an action beat. This. And I would say when it did show action, the action was really good. The fall in the beginning, even the ape thing, which I thought was so fucking ridiculous, like it didn't belong in the movie. Very, very well done. Very, very well shot. Also, the ending. We had to ride the explosion back to ship. They did the action very well, but the action was too far in between. And when you got to the third act, you thought it was a slow burn up until now. Jesus. Wait until you see that third act. They could have sped that whole shit up. Ultimately, I would say it is worth checking out if you're able to find joy and seeing something that's visually appeasing. And if you want to see Brad Pitt do a different kind of performance that he hasn't really done before. Kind of a Neo in the Matrix. Repressed.
That's it. If you only if you are a huge Brad Pitt fan, and listen to us talk about this. We have not mentioned Tommy Lee Jones once. That's how fucked up this movie is. No, don't shake your head, because that's how fucked up this movie is. He didn't have
a huge part. I mean, don't
exactly.
And you know what? I will say this. In the beginning of the movie, it started off, oh yeah, your father's all the way over here. But then when you get into the beginning part of the second act, he's this huge, ominous presence. And the closer Brad Pitt gets to him, the more he's drawn to this really dark, big presence that was so small at the beginning of the movie. So
yeah, Final Fantasy VII did it better with Sephiroth. It's fine, whatever. If this motherfucking cat don't get out of here,
my only problem with that is that isn't wholly original. We've seen it before, as you could say. We've seen it in video games. It is a common movie trope, but those are some of the things I found enjoyable about it. I would say it's definitely a movie you could wait till it comes on TNT to check out.
All facts.
You don't have to pay $10 to whatever fucking site is hosting it. You could definitely wait. When it comes on TNT, you gotta sit through a couple of commercials, but then it'll be worth it. I think they tried to say a lot with this movie, and it just
they didn't say anything.
It's not that they didn't say anything. It just isn't as poignant as they thought it was going to be. They thought they were going to be making these big, sweeping statements, and we're just not going to take it.
None of them shits hit. Like, none of them shits hit. Like, yeah. I was, Jesus Christ. Like I said, I dozed off twice.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest pick, but you know what? It's because I've been subverted. I thought, this is a space movie. They're going to be doing a whole bunch of space shit. There was a shit out on the moon and a fall from space, which was kind of cool. But like I said, it turned into what it was.
Yeah. Nah.
Well, that's going to be the show. That's going to do it for us.
Oh, shit.
Thank you guys for joining us. But before we go, I'd like to take this down to a little place that I like to call Choo Choo Recommendation Station. So it was my week, which means it's your turn to go first. What do you have to recommend for our listeners this week?
You know what?
On July 12th, 2020. Let me guess.
Look at this motherfucker giving the date and shit. Like, hold on. Nah, let me fucking look at this shit real quick. I feel like I have something for this. Oh, I do.
What you got?
So a personal friend of mine, if you go to braxtonbooks.com, you can find a fantastic novella called Whisper, which I personally helped edit. If you like crime dramas, if you like cop shit, this novella is fantastic. It is only $8 on Amazon. You check it out. It is a fantastic look at character development, fantastic look at something bigger than just crime scene dramas. And I feel that anyone who takes a look at this could probably dig this shit, especially if you fuck with what we do. I feel like Whisper by Braxton Books is gonna fuck with you.
How long is the book?
About 125, 150 pages. It's pretty short. Yeah, it's not nothing crazy. Like,
what's the name of the artist?
Hold on. Let me make sure I get this right, because I ain't shit.
You know what? Are you able to get a link to it? We could go ahead and put it up on our Twitter.
Yes, I can totally.
Go ahead, send me the link. We're gonna put that up on our Twitter, so keep an eye out for that.
There we go. Because listen, you know me, I drink when I do this, and my memory is absolute garbage. So,
out of 109 episodes, I may have done 5 sober. So, I'm right with you. For me this week, normally I like to keep my recommendations a little bit more obscure, but this one I'm gonna go a little bit bigger. Okay. And that's going to be Peaky Blinders on Netflix. This show takes place. Oh, listen, you will love this. It takes place in 18th century Birmingham, London, and it's really just about a street gang called the Peaky Blinders. They called that because they got those little Al Capone hats, and they would sew razors into the brim, and they'll take off their hats and swing them out wildly and hit you in the eyes with them, and it's called the Peaky Blinders. Anyway, they start off just as a London street gang, right? Running liquor and some drugs and running bars and extortion, that kind of shit. And let me tell you something. This is a old school London gangster series, and it is fan-fucking-tastic. Almost half the people who is in Batman is in this shit. Fucking the guy who plays Scarecrow, the guy who played Bane, they're all in it. It is just Jesus. It is fan-fucking-tastic. I mean, this is a BBC show. It has a huge, huge budget, almost like Game of Thrones budget. And if you haven't heard about it by now, man, I forget the name of the guy who played the Scarecrow. He has a really weird name. Cillian Murphy. That's his name. Cillian Murphy.
Cillian.
Yeah.
Cillian
Murphy, Tom Hardy, the guy who played Littlefinger from Game of Thrones is on there. I forget his name.
Jesus
But yeah,
Christ.
It has an all-star cast. Oh, and the guy who plays on Animal Kingdom on TNT, the guy who plays the son, is also on there. I don't want to give away too much. Go and just watch this series from the beginning. Ace, watch this series. You are going to love it. It might take a little bit to get into. You will love this. This will be you and Wifey's favorite new show. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out thechallengegear.com for all of your custom challenge gear. If you need anything special, go ahead and hit us up. Make sure you follow me at Malik_MTV on all platforms. Make sure you follow Ace at
Ace_metaphor on Instagram and Ace of Spades 1245 on Twitter. Damn, I am fucking
I am enjoying just watching you try your hardest to keep your shit together.
Bro, and I really am.
I respect it. I respect it so much.
I did so much to get through this. Like,
as soon as you bomb Tinashe's album, that's how I know. It's like, yeah, he's done.
Oh no, you go fuck yourself. No, nigga. That shit was not as good as you think it is.
Man. All right, you know what? I'm going to ask the people out there in Twitterland. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We should have the episode up most likely tomorrow night. One day wait the latest. But thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be out of here. I am MTV Malik. He is Ace Metaphor. This is 224 The Basement. Good night.
Peace.